In the interim between the seasons, to kind of whet my appetite for Walking Dead, since we have to go like 6 months or something between season 5 and season 6, I've been doing reflections on characters. I just finished up the reflections on each of the survivors at the end of season 5, but now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick up and I'm going to do reflections on some of the people who have passed away. Now, the first really group here I'm doing is on the Samuel sisters. They only mentioned their name like a couple times, and I really didn't remember their name until I was looking the pictures up on Google and I saw the last name, and I'm like, oh, that's their last name. The Samuel sisters, Lizzie and Mika. I'll do Lizzie first. Lizzie was pretty much psycho kid. I mean, we knew from probably the second or third episode she was even in that she was a little bit mixed up in the head. We saw in the prison somebody feeding the walkers. They were putting like rats or something through the gate. We saw their hands, and it wasn't really clear who it was, but as we found out, it's Lizzie, because Lizzie did that kind of thing later on. She would feed the walkers. She would give them names. Of course, that's kind of a kiddie thing to think, it's innocent, it's fine. But she gives them names. She thinks they're still people. Now, all the way till the end, which I'll bring that up later, the actual end, but she thought they were people. There was this one episode, episode 14, season 4. It was called The Grove, when they stopped they were stopped on a little farm, a little pecan grove farm. I don't know what it's called, but they were stopped at this little farm, and Carol looks out the window, and Lizzie's out there playing tag with a walker, running back and forth, and it looks like she's playing a game with it, and Carol runs out, tackles a walker, and pikes it in the head. Lizzie goes ballistic, and she's like, "You killed her! You killed my friend! You killed my friend!" You know, all this. And Lizzie's and Carol's like, "Lizzie, look, it's not your friend. This thing wants to kill you. It doesn't want to play. It just wants to kill you." See, Lizzie didn't get that. She thought they were just people, different kinds of people. They weren't the same kind of people. And then, big old fast spoiler: what happens? So if you haven't watched all the way through to see what happened between Lizzie, Mika, Carol, stop this Flipagram or click off, because this will blow your mind. Okay, Carol was off with Tyrese, and they came back. When they came up, they saw Lizzie standing there with a bloody knife. Lizzie had just stabbed her sister multiple times, killing her sister, because she felt that her sister was going to come back, and this was better for her, and she could be with her forever, and she's just going to come back and be her sister again. She was smiling, and that's not the way it works. When they reanimate, they're not the same people. God, and this is really is bad that Lizzie killed Mika. But she did. I mean, this was kind of the delusion that Herschel had when we first met him, because he kept his wife and his stepson in the barn. They had turned. They were walkers, but he kept them in the barn because he thought they were going to get cured and they were still people. And now he learned the difference. He saw them as walkers eventually. When the barn broke out, it broke his personality, changed him. But he had started to see him. Lizzie never got that revelation. She did not see them as undead creatures. She saw them as just people. So she killed Mika, thinking that Mika's going to come back. And this is where the big spoiler comes in. Because we knew that she had some kind of anxiety disorder or something, where to calm down, she looked at the flowers. Look at the flowers. Calm down, look at the flowers. Carol told her to calm down, look at the flowers. and executed her. I say execute, not murder, because it would have been impossible to keep Lizzie in the group, because you could never leave her alone with anybody else. She was alone with Judith, and that can't happen, because Judith is the source of hope for the group. She's the baby. She's the source of hope. But I want to talk about Mika, because even though she was the younger sister, in a lot of ways she was more grown up than Lizzie, because she had the mentality, at least, to realize that walkers weren't people. She could kill walkers. She even said this to Carol one time, but she couldn't kill people. And Carol's pretty hard at this point, and saying, you're going to have to kill people, because some people are really bad. They come after you, you've got to kill them. And Mika couldn't. She's very soft-hearted. She couldn't even kill a deer whenever they went hunting. And, she's a kid. And I wish that Lizzie had not killed Mika, because the group needs a kid. Carl is not a kid. Carl's grown up now. He's transitioned. He's grown up. And Judith is still a baby. Judith is not a kid yet. She's a baby. I think Mika would have been a good character if she was able to stay in the group. But, alas, her big sister killed her. And stabbed her in the gut. Made sure she didn't go for the head. Tyrese took out her head before she could turn. I don't want to see Mika come back as a zombie. Because Mika would have come back if they didn't take out the brain. Miss Mika, though, she would have been a pretty good kid character. But, oh well. That's The Walking Dead for you.